Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a judge has changed the bond requirements for the man accused of killing Amber Spradlin. And we aren't the only ones who can get frostbite during freezing temperatures. We'll tell you how to keep your pets safe.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good Monday morning to you. I'm Caroline Mueller here with you on this December 15th. The time is now 5:31. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I'm going to need to start factoring in time to just sit in my car while it heats up because oh my Lord, it took so long this morning to defrost my windshield.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was the case for me too this morning. I did drive probably a little bit sooner than I should have. It was a cold drive into work this morning, but let's talk about those temperatures as we are under that cold weather advisory for most of eastern Kentucky. As wind chill picks up a little bit into the morning, feels like temperatures could easily near 0 degrees. So again, bundle up. It's going to be cold this morning. And here's a look at those ambient air temperatures. I mean, we're talking 3 degrees in Moorhead, Louisa, Wise, Clintwood, Logan, 5 degrees right now in Grundy, Hazard, Jackson, and 7 degrees for many folks. So again, it's cold. And it's going to feel like it all day long as highs only make it into a mixture of the 30s. So again, bundle up, gloves, hats, scarves, extra pairs of pants, socks, whatever you can do. It's going to be cold, and make sure you're limiting your time outdoors. Thankfully, though, if you are spending time outdoors later this afternoon, it'll be a sunny day all day long, so at least the sun will kind of make it feel a little bit better. But in terms of when we'll see the high temperatures of the day, that'll be around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, with plenty of sunshine for your Monday. Caroline.
Thanks, Megan. A car crashed through the front of a Woodburger Grill on US 23 Friday evening. The Pikeville Fire Department responded to the crash. No one in the car or inside the restaurant was hurt. The building was evacuated for safety. Fire department crews built supports and cleaned the area. Power was turned off as a safety precaution. The restaurant does have damage and will remain closed until those repairs are made. A judge has changed the bond requirements again for the man accused of killing Amber Spradlin in Floyd County in 2023. This is the second time Judge Eddie Coleman has modified the bond for M.K. McKinney. Several non-financial conditions were put in place if he's able to post bond. The judge also denied requests by 2 others charged in the case, Dr. Michael McKinney and Josh Mullins, to be released from home incarceration. All 3 are expected back in court February 26th. A former Lecher County sheriff charged with murder will be back in court this week. A judge scheduled a hearing for Mickey Steins in Lecher Circuit Court for Thursday, December 18th. An update is expected on where the case stands, including pending motions. Steins is accused of killing Lecher District Judge Kevin Mullins in his chambers in September 2024. The shooting was captured on security cameras. The Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce hosted its monthly meeting, inviting folks to hear from lawmakers ahead of the next legislative session. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has a look at the Lunch and Learn.
The Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce invited Republican Senator Philip Wheeler to provide a legislative update Friday, bringing everyone to the table to discuss the focus of the upcoming legislative session.
A lot of the best ideas are somewhere in the middle where we can arrive at a policy that both meets their needs but also moves the Commonwealth forward in a positive manner.
Wheeler, joined by Colin Jones from the group Commonwealth Alliances, spoke to attendees about the budget session, saying he expects the session to include a debate over whether the state will continue a mission to lower its income tax, which is set to decrease from 4% to 3.5% in January.
We want this to be revenue neutral so that we don't negatively impact the state budget. And the way you do that is by expanding consumption taxes.
He says that would likely come with more cuts to programs Eastern Kentuckians rely on, which prompted the senator to question chamber officials, since the organization is one of the 43 chambers to recently endorse Governor Andy Beshear's Pre-K for All program.
I love you guys, but you're not getting pre-K, and why y'all didn't call us? You know, the governor doesn't set policy in this state. The legislature is the policy-making body.
Wheeler says the focus should not be on funding pre-K, but finding other ways to address child care concerns for working families.
How do we get wages in a place where, you know, one member of a family can focus on the children at home while you know, earning enough money and benefits to make sure that they have a safe and comfortable lifestyle.
However, he says the main concern of the upcoming session should be in passing a budget that works for the people, which he says is where both parties usually find common ground.
The key is to keep that positive climate, but make sure that all Kentuckians can enjoy, you know, the fruits of their lives here in this state. And so that's where my focus is at when I approach that question in Frankfort.
In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The meeting also included discussions about addressing homelessness in the area and how to best approach the housing crisis. A new 7 Brew coffee stand is now open in Corbin. The business also donated nearly $6,000 to the Grace on the Hill food pantry. The ministry serves nearly 12,000 people each year. Saturday, you could have had the chance to get a free 7 Brew t-shirt when you bought a large drink. The 7 Brew stand on the Cumberland Falls Highway is adding 50 jobs to the Corbin area. With such low temperatures, it's important to watch out for frozen pipes. There are some steps you can take now to prevent your pipes from freezing. Experts say you should close off any crawl space openings, leave your cabinets open, allowing heat to get to your pipes, and let your faucets run a little trickle so water continues to move through the pipes. And while the day may just be getting started, the State Department of Public Health says you should think ahead to your morning routine this morning. If you're sending kids to the bus stop, make sure they're dressed in layers that covers all exposed skin. And if you like to get to the stop early, give it a few extra minutes instead. That way, your kids avoid standing out in the cold longer than they have to. Use bright colors so drivers can see your children in the dark or snow. And with the slick roads, encourage your kids to stay a big step back from the curb until the bus completely stops. The National Institute of Health says frostbite can kick in within 30 minutes of skin exposure. And we don't want to forget our furry friends this winter. One veterinarian says a good motto to live by is, if you're cold, they're cold. Dr. Jamie Gifford says if temperatures get below 20 degrees, it's best to skip walks. But if you decide to go outside for a walk, it's important to keep an eye on your furry friends as they can get frostbite too.
Nose, tails, paws, you know, the further away extremities are kind of the biggest concern. Paw pads that are normally black could turn kind of a white. That could indicate frostbite. If they're normally pink, they might go pale or blue.
You'll also want to make sure to wash any salt off your pet's paws so they don't accidentally eat it. If you're worried about your pup going stir-crazy inside, she says mental exercises can help. The American Kennel Club has a list of different ones you can try out on their website. Just head to akc.org. With the cold, some warming centers are opening. In a partnership with Isaiah 58:10, the City of London is opening a warming center as part of the White Flag Ministries. The warming center is located just off 203 South Broad Street, the old sheriff's office. They say if temperatures drop below 32 degrees, the center will be open from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. London Mayor Randall Weddle took to social media to make the announcement and urged that the center is in need of volunteers.
But there's signs posted up here on the this building off Broad Street, and also signs on the door that let you know anything 32 degrees or colder, this is going to open up, and it'll be open from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And they'll be looking for volunteers to staff this building during those times.
The London City Facebook page will also have updates on the warming center's hours. These last few months of the year mark the season of giving, but several Laurel Countyans are looking to give something extra special to children impacted by that deadly May tornado in southern Kentucky. Alyssa Williams shows us how.
It was nearly 7 months ago. Numerous Laurel County families lost everything in the devastating tornado that hit southern Kentucky. But on Saturday, Laurel County leaders and first responders gathered to try to give the kids impacted by this a Christmas to remember.
Someone asked me earlier what was your favorite toy as a kid, and I couldn't imagine what these kids is going through that lost everything.
From bikes to baby dolls, Laurel County Judge Executive David Westerfield says the fiscal court and several community members helped supply these toy donations. He says each child is receiving 4 or 5 toys.
It's a great feeling to see these kids come in here today, and some of them had told me they had lost all of their toys, so we're getting to help those replenish what they lost.
Westerfield says a lot of these donations also came from London's Air Evac Life Team, who were also impacted by the tornado.
We pretty much lost everything that we had, which is replaceable, but for these kids, the toys is a heartwarming gift that we can give back to our community.
While tornado survivors are the focus, this giveaway is open to anyone who needs a little help this Christmas. Vonda McLean was there. She says her neighborhood was completely demolished in the tornado, and she's grateful for those stepping up to give back.
It's a blessing. I thank God for it every day, for the hearts that we have in Lecher County.
In London, Alyssa Williams, WKYT.
Westerfield is encouraging anyone in his community and beyond to give back this holiday season if they have the means to do so. If you've driven down Main Street in Hazard, you may have noticed trees decorated by local businesses and organizations as a part of the annual Giving Tree tradition. Children were invited to gather at the Triangle Friday at 5 o'clock to choose one item from each tree, whether it was a candy cane, a toothbrush, or a book. Officials say it was wonderful to see how the community shows their support.
Our community is always really good about working together, and this is one way that the community does come together with these giving trees. They've grown every year, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And this year's Christmas in a small town in downtown Hazard also spread lots of holiday cheer. Admission for the event was free. Between the ice skating, fun inflatables, delicious warm food, and animals, there was something at this small town holiday event for everyone. That event wrapped up on Saturday. Gift cards are convenient for holiday giving, but it's important to protect the money you put on the card from fraudsters. Always inspect a physical gift card. The pen should be concealed when you buy it. If the card's protective covering has been scratched off, revealing the pen, whoever stole the pen can drain your money from the card. Your safest option may be to buy a gift card online from a reputable realtor, but don't buy gift cards from online auction sites. Coming up, Hollywood heavyweights are using the red carpet to share their concerns about AI. That and more in a look of today's Eye on Entertainment.
And we're staying dry for your Monday and Tuesday, but rain chances are returning later this week.